I want to welcome you to the Crocker Show. Social media history is the war zone. And I want to tell you thank you for taking the time out to hang out with me every single night and do what we do. I'm trying to see if you can hear me, but for some reason, this thing is not working. Hold on. I don't know what's going on. Hold on a second. We'll try it a different way. So if you're tuning in, thank you for taking the time out to tune in and hang out with me tonight. Tonight I'm gonna be talking about the infamous one, Kanye West. He said some things that kind of ran people hot. He said some things that made some folks very, very upset. And ever since he said that, they've been canceling him left and right. And I think the most telling thing is that supposedly he's lost his billion-dollar status with, by losing his deal with the Gap. Okay, so she says it's working. Let's see. Okay, let me go in here. Let me make sure I got what I need. I don't know, man. I know you can see me and hear me on YouTube, but Facebook is acting crazy tonight. It's acting crazy tonight. If you guys can hear me, let me know that you can hear me on Facebook, because my Facebook on the other side is acting like it's stuck. So I want to make sure everybody can hear me. So Facebook is down. Okay, well, we're going to do this on YouTube then. All right, let's just get into it so we can see what all the hoopla is about.
On a highway in Los Angeles, drivers were greeted with this anti-Semitic banner over the weekend, following a recent string of hateful comments from rapper Kanye West, who is now known as Ye. Today, his talent agency CAA confirmed it is no longer representing West. Several other companies recently cut ties as well, while pressure is mounting on Adidas, home to the rapper's Yeezy brand, to do the same.
The thing about being Adidas is like, I could literally say anti-Semitic and they can't drop me.
The company says their partnership is under review, but has not responded to requests for further comment. Just this afternoon, his ex-wife, Kim Kardashian, tweeting, "Hate speech is never okay or excusable. I stand together with the Jewish community and call on the terrible violence and hateful rhetoric towards them to come to an immediate end." West is one of the most successful pop artists of all time, but most recently it has been his controversial behavior getting attention, wearing a White Lives Matter t-shirt, followed by anti-Semitic posts and interviews spreading conspiracy theories about Jewish control over the media and government. Hateful rhetoric now being echoed by a celebrity with tens of millions of followers. Both Twitter and Instagram have restricted his accounts and deleted posts, but the Anti-Defamation League believes West's comments may be emboldening hate groups. Anti-Semitic incidents in the U.S. reached an all-time high last year.
What happens to a hate group's message when Kanye West is out there bolstering it?
Kanye West has given license to extremists across the board to evangelize their anti-Semitism. He's created a kind of window of opportunity, and they're flooding in.
The billionaire rapper's comments are protected by the Constitution, but as Kanye West doubles down on hate, it's his business and his brand taking the hit. Stephanie Gosk, NBC News.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.
All right, so now you can hear me. Okay. First of all, I want to say that I don't know what Kanye West said. I could care less. I have not seen the interview. None of that. The problem that I have is black folk canceling black folk. Now, when I think about Kanye West, I think about when he said the stuff that, about slavery was a choice. It was a choice. This is what he said. But Adidas, you didn't cancel him for that. So he can degrade generations of black people, and you didn't cancel him for that. Gap, you didn't cancel him when he said what he said about black people. So it's painfully obvious that we have to be very careful of who we say, of what we say about certain people. Because if we're not, we're going to get canceled. We're going to get canceled. I'm looking at these social media pages, and I hate going to Twitter because every time I go to Twitter, all I see is naked ass. When I go to Instagram, all I see is naked ass. You see all these hateful videos coming up of folks, the Karens, disrespecting African-American people, but they don't pull those videos down. Do they restrict those people's accounts? I doubt it, because if they did, then we wouldn't be able to see what they've done. But Kanye says something. And I think Mr. West is learning a valuable lesson at this point. When you are an African American and you make too much money dealing with corporate America, there comes a time when they have to put you in your place, and they have to remind you of who you are. This is what this whole thing, out of all the things that we could be canceling people for, they choose this. Did we cancel Jeffrey Dahmer? We couldn't have canceled him because you're still making documentaries of him. Like it's something beautiful and, great about what Dahmer did to those victims. You didn't cancel Charlie Sheen. You did not cancel Charlie Sheen when he was out there, passing around venereal diseases. You knew Harvey Weinstein was doing what he was doing for years. You didn't cancel him. But see, black folk, we wait for one of us to make a mistake, and then we're quick to cancel us. Nobody else does that to their people. Should Kanye West have been canceled? As I told you in the beginning, I don't know. I don't know what the comments were. And you want to know why I never researched and tried to find out. Because I could give a damn and care less. I could care less what he does on a daily basis. Nothing he does stops me from being who I am. Nothing that he does stops me from living my life. Ronadon 713 says, is it really a mistake he made? This is my opinion on this. They needed him canceled. He was getting too big for his britches, as my mom would say. When he starts making comments about how they can't touch him, he just set himself up to be a target. He just set himself up to be a target. I don't identify with certain things. I don't identify with the Holocaust. I don't identify with it because honestly, for me, I'm more concerned with the miscarriage of justice and the genocide that has been perpetuated against my people on American soil. The Atlantic slave trade. Do we cancel folk when they be on social media or when these politicians say things that are racist? Do they get canceled? No, they don't. They don't. But as soon as one of us says the wrong thing, they want to X us off the planet. Who controls the music industry? I think Kanye bit the hand that fed him. You have to understand that when you get a little bit too big, they got to bust you. They got to knock you down. So should Kanye be canceled? Now watch. I want y'all opinions because all I got is you guys on YouTube tonight because Facebook is down for some reason. I don't know what's going on with it, but it won't allow me to do what I need to do. Hold on a second. So should Kanye do what Nick Cannon did? They said Nick Cannon did the same thing. So can Kanye be uncanceled if he apologizes? You accuse Nick Cannon of doing the same thing. Can Kanye come back like Nick Cannon? Will Smith is starting to resurface again. Can Kanye come back? Remember, they took Nick Cannon's shows and everything. They took everything from him. See, this is why I stay an independent contractor. This is why I choose to work for myself. You can't cancel me. You can't stop me from getting up every morning and trying to go get it. You can't stop me from feeding my family because you didn't like what I said. You have you have people who did in the fashion industry that have said multiple times that they don't want black folk wearing their clothes. Did they cancel them? No. No, they did not. They did not. And that's why you'll never see me wear Versace. That's why you'll never see me wear Gucci, Louis Vuitton. They don't want black folk wearing their shit. But guess what we do? We make sure that's prominent in our closets. We make sure that we go places where we know we're not wanted to show people that we did it. Does Kanye West need to be canceled? Until you rid the world of racism as a whole, not only do Kanye West not need to be canceled, nobody else should be. Do we really have the freedom of speech in the United States of America? Do we really have it? Hold on a second. Do we really have freedom of speech in America? Some days we do, some days we don't. Some days we do, and some days we don't. It is better for you successful Negroes to be quiet, especially if you know where your money come from. If you know where your money comes from, and you know that you have no other means or ways to get that money, then maybe you should be quiet. I don't have to be, because I'm my own man. I am my own man. Can Kanye survive without these people? If he has the money he says he has, he could definitely survive, and he could shake the game completely up. He could design his own shoes. He could manufacture his own shoes, and he could sell his own shoes. He could create his own shoe stores to sell just his shit. What's stopping him from doing that? Because you know what? Kanye West, just as anybody else, and we're gonna reserve the way that I think for. I'm gonna wait a few weeks, and I want to see what he's gonna do, how he's going to respond, and then I will say what I need to say. Anti-Semitic is the issue. He didn't say it on Instagram, but you blocked his account. He didn't say it on Twitter, but you blocked his account. But people go on these social media platforms every single day and call us all kinds of niggas. Regardless if George Floyd died with a knee on his neck or if he died from fentanyl. He was all kinds of niggas on social media, and ain't now one of them companies took them videos down. Not one. I'd rather die on my back than to ever live on my knees. That's me. I would rather die a man on my back than to live on my knees. Don't you know how many times I could have done this or done that? I could have sold a hood and I chose not to. Because at the end of the day, you are from us, Kanye. You got to go right back to the same people. And some of these Negroes get so high and mighty that they forget that they're one of us. But they have a way of reminding you that at the end of the day, you're black and you're not one of them. OJ. Did I think OJ did it? Yeah. I think he did it. But the black community had been tormented for so long, and so many African Americans had been done so dirty that some people just were happy that OJ was acquitted. But they had a way of making him understand that you're not one of us. And that mentality is alive and well in the United States of America every day. every day. That's why I don't try to educate myself on certain issues. Not because I can't, because I won't. Do I understand the struggle of the Jewish community? No, I don't. I understand the struggle of the Black community. I understand it all the way back to the Atlantic slave trade. And I spend too much of my time studying my people to waste time on other people. This is why I don't know, and I could care less, and I don't care how I go down. Jewish people have received some type of reparation for what happened during the Holocaust. Have Black people? Indian people received some type of reparations for what happened to them. Have Black people? No, we haven't. No, we haven't. And I think I will die before that ever happens. Because at the end of the day, there are people that don't want us here. There are people that will never be happy with the elevation of African Americans. There are people that are not having a good day because somebody made it out the hood and made it to the suburbs. We have to understand where we are in the skin that we're in. I say you treat Kanye the same way you treated Nick Cannon. Give him an opportunity to redeem himself. Give him an opportunity to right his wrong. I remember when, they tried to say that I was homophobic and all that, and they were going to cancel me. You don't cancel a motherfucking thing over here. Like I said, I don't try to understand certain things. You can't come and have an LGBTQ conversation with me because I don't understand it. You can't come to me as a Latino brother and expect me to understand why your kids were put in cages when they were coming across the border. And that was the big issue. They're locking these kids in cages. When you locking my Black kids in cages in juvenile justice systems, I'm not trying to understand your situation. And this has been going on forever. If the Anti-Defamation League or whatever it's called has a problem with Kanye West, do you have a problem with the racism that Black people incur even during a traffic stop? Do you have a problem with folks in 2022 hanging posters in our parks saying niggas for sale? The Anti-Defamation League, if you have a problem with Kanye West or anybody like him, then you should have a problem with the way we're treated, with the way we're portrayed. Do you have a problem with that? Am I a Kanye West fan? No, I liked a couple of his songs. Gold Digger was my song. Yeah. Through the Wire was my song. But I think along the way, Kanye has dealt with a lot more than people could ever imagine. He lost his best friend, who was his mom. And ever since he lost his mom, he hasn't been the same. And then, of course, he got caught up in that Kardashian thing. They walking around here with that good, put it on his mind. Now he caught up in that. If the Anti-Defamation League got a problem with anti-Semitic remarks, then you need to be checking a whole lot of these politicians that say some fucked up shit about black people on a daily. That's what you should be doing. But guess what you're not going to do? You're not going to check them people. You don't have a problem with it as long as it's us. As long as they're talking about us, it's business as usual. As long as, you know how long it took for black people to be accepted in Hollywood, to where the only roles that they were getting as actors and actresses were mammy roles, where they were playing the black butler or the maid, or we were pimps. This is all you could find the value in us to portray us in these movies, were pimps and prostitutes and all that stuff there. And the Anti-Defamation League didn't have jack to say about that. Nothing at all. Not one thing. So who runs the Anti-Defamation League? I don't know and don't give a damn. I just know that what we deal with on a daily basis, you don't have nothing to say about it. You don't have anything to say about it. I think the NBA has more nuts than the Anti-Defamation League, because when they catch one of these dudes saying the things that they say, they make them sell their teams. But you know what? Even with the NBA, you've been knowing you had a bunch of racist owners. Why didn't the Anti-Defamation League have something to say about Bob McNair when he said the inmate thing? And I'm not picking on Bob McNair, God bless his soul, but I'm saying the Anti-Defamation League wants to have the biggest voice in America, but yet you're so one-sided that you don't check your own people for the things that they say about black people. You don't. But you want to cancel Kanye West. So they took his Gap situation, dropped him from billionaire status back down to what he was. Kanye, go build your own shit. Why don't you go build you some black shoe stores that are owned by Kanye West? Find you somebody that can manufacture what you want to give to the consumers, and watch you be in billionaire status again. Ain't nobody coming to save us. And when you build these black shoe stores, make sure that every worker from the bottom to the top is a black person. Why don't you do that, Kanye? You don't need to be on a record label. Start your own. You're that big to where you can dictate the terms of the agreement now. But black folk, you were quick to cancel Bill Cosby. You were quick to cancel Nick Cannon. You were quick to cancel R. Kelly. I don't hear y'all talking about Harvey Weinstein. They've never officially canceled him at all. See, that's the conversation don't nobody want to have. Sit me at the table with them. Let's talk. Because at the end of the day, I don't need them. And Kanye West doesn't need them either. Black folks, stop canceling your people to make shit sound good. Hold on, 5-star. I'll say it again, but say it different. Black folk, stop canceling your people just because it sounds good. I'm not canceling nobody. When you cancel these, won't you? I tell you who they need to cancel. Now y'all gonna trip. Cancel the Catholic Church. You had so many pedophiles come through there. Cancel the Boy Scouts. How many little boys were sexually assaulted? Cancel that. But in the United States of America, we have a voice. We have a right to say the things that we want to say because everybody else that's not black gets to say what they want. Cancel that. Cancel the Boy Scouts. Cancel the Catholic Church. Both of them full of pedophiles. They still full of pedophiles. Because every time you look up, one of them get caught up. But ain't nobody talking about that. You're going to hear a little bit, then it's going to go silent. But we're going to talk about Kanye for the next 2-3 months. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So what is the purpose? And how does this affect our community? By canceling us. Is it just the thing to do nowadays? Well, we get to cancel our own people while everybody else gets to say what the hell they want. I worked on a goddamn drilling rig in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. You know why I got out of there? Because one day a white guy called me a boy. And they had to get me off that rig ASAP because I don't play them kind of games. Yeah, on the real. Y'all bear with me for a second. If we gonna cancel something, let's start canceling the right stuff. Kanye West is no different. He's what they call a black superstar. You know, he's one of these people that are above the average status. You never canceled John Wayne. He one of the biggest racists in the world. You never canceled Elvis, known off the muscle. He was a racist. You think me being a recording artist and these people saying we're finna give you $2 million, we want you to put a sound on this Elvis movie soundtrack. Fuck you and Elvis. Right now, that's what I would tell them. Because you know what? I don't compromise my blackness for nobody. You can't buy my character. Whoa. 5-star. You can't buy my character. Not at all. So no, why you didn't cancel John Wayne? You motherfuckers got to the point where they were trying to cancel Miss Piggy from the Muppets. But you don't see nothing wrong with that. And I know to anybody that's in the Anti-Defamation League or whatever it's called, they looking at me like right now, who the fuck is this? I'm your worst nightmare because you can't cancel me. Nowhere since I've been talking have I said anything racist. Elvis was a racist. Don't get mad at me, he was. John Wayne was a racist. Don't get mad at me, he was. I will start caring about other communities when you start caring about mine. You got like 450 years worth of work to make up on. When you start giving a damn about my community and what we've gone through, not what we're going through, but what we've gone through, then I'll give a damn about yours. People was asking me when it was going on, man, what about the kids in the cages? I don't give a damn about that. They lock my kids in cages every day in these juvenile justice system, in the juvenile justice system, in that big ass building downtown. You wouldn't even build us a decent school, but you built a brand new juvenile justice system from the ground up to incarcerate African-American juveniles. And you think I give a damn about somebody talking about some fucking kids in some cages? When my kids are locked unjustly in cages every day. Be careful, 5-star. They'll restrict your account. Restrict these nuts in their mouth. If you can't handle the truth, then goddamn it, don't listen to me. Because I'm telling the truth. You will build a prison before you build a school. Because you want our children to end up in those prisons. This is why you don't educate them. And then they hit the streets running after they graduate. And then they figure out they can't read. But they have to survive. And you think I give a damn about what Kanye West said? People were hitting me. Man, we want to hear your opinion. I don't have an opinion on what he said. Because I didn't listen to it. I don't spend my day trying to listen to sound bites. I don't spend my days trying to listen to sound bites. I hope they give him an opportunity because I'm gonna be honest, he's so far gone in that game and living that lifestyle and being around these people, and he has to have it. He has to have it. I'm sorry, he has to have it. So give him the same opportunity to redeem himself as you gave Nick Cannon. But goddamn it, if somebody can get this message to Kanye, man, build your own goddamn Foot Locker. Call it Ye Locker. Fuck anybody that don't want to buy your shit. Because you know what? The name is so big now. That motherfucker can open a store in all 50 states. He'll outsell Nike by his goddamn self. Now here's the thing. I ain't like none of that shit he made. None of it did I like it. Them little ugly ass shoes ain't my style. But the motherfucker can sell this shit. Fuck a record label. Start your own. Start your own. You don't need those people for validation. At the end of the day, you are Kanye West. Y'all take this, cut it. Tell him I said he's Kanye West. It ain't shit that they can do about it. As much as they want to keep Will Smith out of Hollywood, they can't. He represents too much money. And contrary to popular opinion, money gonna trump all that bullshit. Because Adidas, you can talk that shit if you want. You wasn't selling nothing. You wasn't selling shit. So somewhere down the line, I think everything will be fixed because it's too much money being lost. And I think that if they give him an opportunity, Kanye will redeem himself. But if he is the son of the woman that gave birth to him, I don't think his mom would tell him no different than what I'm telling him. Do your own shit. Do your own shit. I don't like racism in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I don't like it at all. So I will never condone racism. Watch this. The music industry is simple. You got a lot of black folk that make good records. And back in the days when there were pressing plants and where they pressed your records at, remember in the Straight Outta Compton movie where they were pressing them in Easy Met Jerry and the pressing plant and all that shit. Can somebody tell me how many black people own pressing plants in the United States of America? You could own any facet of the music game as an African American. You could be Berry Gordy, but you couldn't own a pressing plant. What is the pressing plant? How do you equate that 5? The pressing plant was Colombia to the dope game. You get all the dope you want, but you don't run nothing in Colombia. They run that. There were no black people that own pressing plants at all. You could be the DJ, you could be the promoter, you could be James Brown, you could be whoever the fuck you want. But you ain't gonna own the pressing plant. Nothing about what I just said was racist. But ain't nothing about what I just said a lie either. Not at all. So y'all put Kanye in y'all prayers. He's going through it right now, bro. And I can relate to him. My mom was my best friend too, Kanye. Ain't been the same since she left, and I've made a lot of mistakes since she left. I had nobody to talk to, nobody to help guide me. But you're Kanye West. And don't you never forget that. You are the dude that did a platinum record with your mouth wide shut. And when it's all said and done, regardless if you got money or not, you will continue to be Kanye West. Black folk, wrap your arms around the brother. If they can wrap their motherfucking arms around Kyle Rittenhouse, they didn't cancel him. They didn't cancel George Zimmerman. So black folk, don't you cancel a brother that probably need us right now more than he could ever need anything. It is what it is. I said what I said. It's the war zone with the 5-star general. I'll holler at you tomorrow.